Are you in my chat?
I am sending you the shared chat right now. Thank you, Zaya, for the resubscription. I really appreciate it.
Hayachusk just subscribed. Welcome to the Turtle Pack.
Hi, Robocop. I already pinned that.
I'm pinning it for mine.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't know how that worked.
Share chat thing, get off of my screen so I can tell that pin to last. Radical. There we go. What's that link? It's for our multi-Twitch.
It allows you to watch both our streams at the same time.
It certainly does. Yeah, Zaya, I understand. You know, I hope you have yourself a good stream. Then I've got to change my screen, and hey. I'm gonna mess with my little goblin guy.
That sounds good.
But hell yeah.
What's up?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to get rid of the goblin and try and do the troll warlock and be a butthole and do the like the tank warlock, if that makes sense.
Oh, I understand that. Sounds like it would be fun.
Might do that. I might do that. Yeah, I need to, honestly, I need to fix that link if I can, because... or not fix the link.
Why?
I want to change... Why? Hey, Tarnished! I need to fix that link for it to say something like... I forgot. My brain's broken. Bogo? Totally vented.
Bogo's vented. Ooh, there's a lot of copper over here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change this from doing the goblin. I do think I'm going to change.
Gotta say, it was honestly hard to pick which character I wanted to play, because I kind of wanted to get back on my druid.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this character. And I want to do the troll. I want to make a troll. People are going to watch me make a whole new character.
That'll be cool. I think my shared chat's broken.
Let me see. Yeah, it does say that. Let me see here. I don't know what...
Also,
I don't know why it died, but...
I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad real quick.
Yeah, don't know why it died, but there we go. Just get that these big jobs. Alright, Robocon, you have a good time. Although loading a box truck can't be that good of a time, but I get it, man. Have a good one.
Hi, Dane.
Hi, Dane.
I love this, just the sigh of you,
Well,
I didn't expect you to take what I said and put it out of quotext.
but it's funny.
I was just saying stuff.
It's worth I was cracking. Yeah, it's pretty funny, I thought.
Well, I'm glad I could
make you laugh. That's good.
I do like the dark green. That's pretty good. Jam and Journey? Hell yeah.
The big job story.
Oh, you know what? If I need to get Network Ouija in here sometime and have him tell that whole story. Because it's his story. To be fair. Someday I'll have him in here. God damn it, I'm gonna be so mad at the Eats Me thing. I need to think of a name for this character. Looking Tori, what do you mean? But the tall and short of it, Dank, was my buddy Network Ouija was working in like kind of like construction, and they had a dude that sucked, and they kept trying to tell him to like not drop cable or some such before getting like this other stuff done, because by the time it like got to the bottom, it was going to be weighing like 2 tons, and so like all the cable was going to be obviously ran to one like, you know, data closet kind of thing. But the dude didn't listen, and like the project manager, the people who were paying for the whole thing and all of that, and my buddy Dean were doing like the walk around with the people that were paying for it and describing everything, you know, how, you know, showing the floor plan where everything was going to go. And that dude apparently decided to drop the cable at that point, like the huge bundle. And it came, like, they opened the door to where it's like, and this is going to be the data closet, and then it's just like, boom! And, like, the 2 tons of cable just obliterated that room like a fucking Looney Tunes thing. And my buddy Network, his boss, you know, that was the project manager of this whole thing, is like, yeah, you'll get that with these big jobs, and just closed the door and continued on to just, like, not worry the people that were investing money in this. Because, you know, imagine you have that Looney Tunes moment where you're, you know, the people who are paying for you to, like, build this building, and you're giving them the walk around, showing them all the work that's done, then you open the door to, like, the data closet, and then it just fucking explodes. And then you just, yeah, you'll get to have those big jobs, and then you just close the door and move on. Just like, you'll get to have those big jobs. Don't worry about it, though. We'll get it fixed.
It's funny every time I hear it.
This guy's gonna be cool. Oh, somebody's already got it! Bastards! He is Kataka. Baller. Oh no, like the room like exploded. Like there was drywall dust and everything coming out of the door. Like the room kind of ceased to exist.
Are renowned for their cruelty and dark mysticism. Barbarous and superstitious, they carry a seething hatred for all other races. Long since exile,
You know, I don't know if I would want to know how many hours I've put into Turtle WoW.
I'm beginning to know some of mine because I'm running it through Steam just so I can track the hours. You can do I forget, there used to be a command where you could check played time and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of amazing, but also, my god, yeah, that dude fucked up hard. I think he got fired after that incident.
That's fireable offense. Room explodes. Anyway.
Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Wee wee wee.
Wee wee wee.
You know what? I'll turn save chat links on this. Oh yeah, I forgot I can roll that way back further than I need to now. Interface, give me my action bars. Oh, there, out of my way. Racials. Berserk. I think that's the only racial active I have. Correct. This is gonna go here.
Finally, you are of age, adventurer, of age to battle in the name of the Horde, to conquer for the glory of the War Chief. Yes, you will do nicely. No doubt you wish to find a great dragon or demon and strangle it with your bare hands. But perhaps it would be wise to start on something less dangerous. Report to Gornek. He should be able to assign a task better suited to a young adventurer. You will find Gornek in the den to the west.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Dang it. I've got to take the challenges in Character Creator now, don't I?
Yeah, I've had to delete a character and do that.
Alright, Kataka's got to get remade. I forgot to do that.
I even did that just with my druid, because I took slow and steady.
You get that with these big jobs? Wee wee wee. I told you all about warming up the Tistic Choir with Karma, right? What are you talking about, warming up the Tistic Choir? I'm very interested in what you mean by that. That sounds funny. Not hardcore. I want slow and steady.
I'm gonna try to do a dangerous pull. Well, I'm gonna try to do a pull, and it's very likely that it'll go dangerously. Okay.
Goodness gracious.
That pull? Or something else?
No, somebody did, Tarnish did the scary gunshot, and it scared me.
Ha.
Ha! You bitch.
Maybe even a hee hee.
She's he-hooing my peanuts, chat. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright. Now, taco lips. What?
There was a rare here.
Aw, poo.
Not that
I would have wanted to go against him at level 11. I might have had a hard time.
Alright, so now Taka has this. Now he's going to log out. I'm going to send him money. Maybe I have plenty. I don't have that recipe, I'm gonna learn it. All recipes are mine.
All the recipes.
Okay, so when we were playing Repo, there was a time where everyone was taking a little breaky poo. And I was just sitting under there while everyone was cheating it out. Just time to tune the autistic choir. Wee, wee, wee. And then 3 people that didn't have the frame of reference were just shouting, wee, wee, wee. Awesome. We love that
That's
here.
funny.
The Valley of Trials will temper even the weakest into a warrior worthy to join the Horde. Those who cannot rise to its tests will be left to bake in the scorching desert sun.
The first order of business will be to put a little strength in your backbone. I could send you out to the Barrens to hunt Kodo, but well, in all honesty, you're more useful to us alive than dead. I believe you would find a good match with the mottled boars you'll find to the north of here.
Alrighty. And that's increased casting attack speed. Defaulted by 10%. Up to... Well, at least it's got a base of 10%. The way this used to work was kind of ass. It cost mana. It didn't used to cost mana. At least I don't think it did.
Those warlocks who came before us have earned the distrust of the Horde. And while we are tolerated,
Wait,
we are
what?
not loved. This has not brought the warlocks closer together, however, as
talking
many
about
choose
the
to live reclusively,
racial
dabbling in their magics alone.
For,
I will not seek to lead you down one path or the other, but only help you in your maturation. Before I teach you the art of summoning, bring me 6 heads of the vile familiars from the cave to the north.
Man, I wish I could get these runts easier.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
I've gotten 4 out of the 10 I need. There we go.
Gonna lurk for a bit and do some headliners with my friend Moon. Alright, Dank. Much love to you, buddy. Thank you for coming by. We always love you being here, man. Who cares the time we get with you?
Thanks for stopping by.
Being a troll warlock's gonna be so fun because like the regen is nuts already.
That's kind of crazy.
Well, because of my demon armor and my racial already, me just autoing like a couple of level 2s, they can't kill me. I regenerate faster than they can hurt me.
That's amazing.
I love this. I can't wait to do my stupid ass tank build with this. It's gonna be so dumb. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited to do my dumb build.
That's gonna be OP.
Kataka will never die. Oh my god, this would be perfect for doing a hardcore character.
It would be. Honestly, I believe you could get to level 60 with the Troll Warlock.
Oh my god, this is so funny. Did we want to go to the Turtle WoW VC, since we're doing Turtle WoW? And just set a notification thing that we're streaming?
Sure. Are you?
Yeah, I said it.
Okay.
I love that I could tab out and come back and I literally just cannot die. Troll OP with regeneration, so like, cause like, I naturally have 20% higher regen, and I get to keep 25% of my total natural health regen while in combat.
That's pretty wild.
Plus, you know, my demon armor that already gives me 3 health per 5 seconds.
Damn.
Oh, I cannot wait to do my dumb ass fucking build. I'm so ready to be so fucking stupid. My power grows! Over on Steam is doing shit. Cool.
I thought I would die out here with none to know of it. While I was hunting the scorpids of the valley, I came across a particularly vicious-looking one. Hurling myself at it, I managed to inflict a massive blow to its claw before it closed around my leg. I wasn't ready for its stinger though, and it sliced down and into my chest, cutting into my flesh and letting my blood. Please, you must kill the scorpid for me. My honor must be upheld. I fought it up on the plateau to the south.
Health is stupid! Oh my god, my health is so stupid. It's great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, honey. Get it.
Hey, well, thank you for the raid. Hey, Ambi, what is up?
Yeah, hey, Ambi. And if you ever wanted to, Ambi, I'll say it to anybody. You can always join us on this game if you ever want to. It is totally free and it can run on pretty much any computer. It is a very potato game.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah. It's me as a chaotic PNG tuber who brings the wafts and confusion. They're currently playing Danganronpa and having a great time. First time in chapter. Fuck it, I'm having a hard time reading it. I'm not lying.
That sounds painful to read. Yeah, hearing it was painful.
What do you mean? You made me. It was your frosty tools.
I didn't say you had to read it.
At least I give a link. At least I link to the man. Hearing Uwu call this because it's gonna hurt him. He was a big hearty boy, big hearty baby, my little cat man. Congratulations, he hates it.
Man, that paladin has some balls.
It's balls. I only got the one PC, so we wouldn't be able to play together just yet. I'm pretty sure Amber would love WoW. Oh yeah, dude, I think that'd be fucking awesome. Even if you just had a, like... You gotta remember, this is a game from, like, 2004. You can go find, like, any junk computer to run this game, because I've got, I've got a junk laptop that I can still run this on. That I do sometimes. That's from, like, 2008. I just put a solid-state drive in it and it was good.
Ooh, that critted.
There is dragons, and I'll show you if you're looking at my if you're looking at my screen, Ambi, or follow that link that we've got pinned.
Fuck.
I'll show you a thing also. So like, there's dragons to kill, but if you wanted to play as a dragon, you technically kind of can. You would have to spend money to do it because it's not something that's normally a part of the game. But in their donation shop, they have, where is it? It's under fashion? No, it's under roleplay. So they have these things that are like illusions that you can put on that you have to buy with like real money. That's how they help support themselves. But they do have, like, there's like a blue dragon, the bronze dragon, and the infinite dragon, and the purple ones. And that, like, 150 points is basically $15. So you would just spend the $15 the one time, and you'd unlock this for, like, your account, I believe. I don't remember if it's for account or per character, but then you would have that illusion to wear as much as you want, regardless of what, like, character you create. Whether it's a troll or a goblin or whatever, you can just put that illusion on and then look like that dragon character. And if you buy multiple illusions, you can just turn on whichever illusion you want at the time. Like, it's not... you're not locked to just one.
Yeah, didn't Carl have a bunch?
Yeah, Carl bought, like, nearly every fucking one of them. Dude was nuts.
I don't blame him, though.
Huh? I mean, I don't blame him. If I had the money to throw around, I would buy a lot more stuff on here, for sure. Because it supports them keeping the servers up, and I think the last time I remember the servers were... yeah, you can DM me about a dragon. You can always DM me, buddy. I don't care. I don't want you to think you can't DM me, buddy. My dumb petless demonology / affliction build is going to be so stupid. Hell yeah, banana cat. I love that little banana cat. Oh yeah, I need to enable my fire sale. If I can, if it'll let me. Be really cool if it did. I know that there is one of those that is based off of a,
I just
partied with a non-hardcore character.
Fucking what?
I trust the
This guy's not hardcore.
Much, young adventurer. I was sent
Are
to the
you sure
valley
that
to
you
guide
are?
But I have discovered a growing
Yes.
a group that calls itself the Burning Blade has a coven here in the Valley of Trials. They are skulking in a cave to the northeast.
Right there.
And their vile familiars have spilled from its mouth to cause havoc. As your first task,
I don't know.
the Burning Blade,
How do you know he's not hardcore?
Because it would say right there.
What do you mean?
Throughout your training as a warlock, you
can turn the title off. If you don't want your title to be still alive, you can turn that off.
But all are useful tools. Do not be fooled by the imp's small size.
I guess so.
No doubt noticed.
Well, I mean, I know you can.
A formidable adversary.
Zuretha has been sending novices like yourself to help cull the numbers of the creatures in the cave. near where you fought the vile familiars.
He must be hardcore and does not have the Still Alive title on.
Be sure to tell her that you
Yeah, I would think they wouldn't mess something up like that, but I mean,
have a reward for you.
not saying that it's not possible, but
don't let it get to your head. You'll fight tougher than boars in your career. Nonetheless, you've proven yourself well, and your next trial will be against a considerably more dangerous opponent, so you'll need some extra protection.
Powerful warrior and awkward novice alike have fallen to the venomous sting of the scorpion. Large numbers of scorpions northwest of here. Bring me 8 of their tails as proof of your prowess in battle.
He's also doing the Vagrant Challenge.
oh damn.
Extracted from their stingers.
Good fucking luck to him.
Of antidote for scorpion venom on hand to heal young bloods just like you. But I'm sure you won't be needing any of that, will you?
You have
Tell you, I got my little imp, old Zigpad and Kataka on the roll.
Burning blade. Your success against them foretells greater deeds ahead.
I will say I don't know if that one specifically is Itsubi, but there is one of those that is based off of a WoW dragon that one of those sites has.
Your next task is to find it and remove it from the cover. But be wary, for the medallion may be possessed by an agent of the Burning Blade. And if so, then the agent's power would be greater than the familiars you have.
Because I know that there's for sure a one of those that's based off of a
to the north and west.
what is it?
It sure gets hot out here in the Valley of Trials.
Shoot, I'm trying to
If only
remember.
I had some cactus apples. I could make my famous cactus apple surprise. Nothing cools you off faster than a piece of that delicious treat. I'll tell you what.
I'm trying to remember.
Bring me 10 cactus apples. I'll make you a few.
There's another one of those places that has like a totally not a World of Warcraft character. Is you know, like this is totally not that World of Warcraft character because like it's one letter off from being their exact name. It's really funny because there's also plenty of sites that do that same shit for all kinds of other stuff. I remember at the height of some of that stuff, there was some MLP stuff, and I remember seeing it, and it was just made me laugh every fucking time. I know a bunch of stuff that nobody would ever want to know.
I would like to know.
You remember the stuff. I showed you some of them.
I know, but I just like knowing your random stuff. That's all I'm saying. Your random facts.
Yeah, or instead of like, you know, the normal one would be like blue fast, pink surprise, or whatever. Like, yeah, like Midnight Star, some other shit. Like there was you know, totally not this character. And like whenever something's like, oh yeah, this guy's name's Gen? Yeah, but this is Ken.
Hi Ricky, welcome in.
You know, it's totally not that character. Bro, trust. But hey, Amalia, or Ricky, or whatever it is, I don't know, nothing.
What's in it for me?
I'm doing pretty good. We're just playing
chilling.
WoW this evening. Yeah.
I got a bag! Let's go!
Just chilling out. Luckily we're doing pretty good.
I'm so glad my shit's OP as fuck. Just won't die! Perfect!
It is really cozy. It's like my go-to game.
Oh, don't worry. It's me. Like, if you get the right add-ons, like how I have, that shows me where, like, all the stuff is, to where I don't have to read, I can just turn my brain off and do this game. And plus, I also don't have to read because I have that voiceover thing that you saw, where, like, the quests talk to... the quest people talk to me and whatnot. Yeah. I'd have to figure it all out again. There's a couple that are really... that are kind of difficult to install a little bit. They have, like, a couple steps to them, but... there's a bunch of them that you can do through the launcher now, and you don't have to manually do it, and it's really helpful. Which I think the only one I have that you... there's two that I have that you would have to do manually, which is the, like... if you do a hunter, and where you, like, would have to try and learn where pet abilities come from, like how my thing has that, like, the tamed ability would be claw rank 1 on my screen, although you can't really see that, my character's in the way. That's something you would have to install manually, but unless you're doing a hunter, you don't need it. The other one is the voiceover lines. That one's got a couple steps, but I can send you that one. And then other than that, I could just send you a screenshot of what I've installed through the launcher, and you can just install the same ones. I did pin, in the Turtle WoW channel, I pinned the thing that has a list of where all of the, like, mods and add-ons are. Some of the add-ons are... not add-ons, the add-ons are fine. Some of the mods, since they've updated the game, have gotten a little broken. Oh, the voice one you did install? That's awesome. And that'll also help you realize whenever you run across a new quest that, like, got added in this, because it won't be voiced. Because that database that uses is literally just all of the original quests that were in vanilla. So anything that got added or restored by Turtle WoW won't be voiced.
That small measure will be all I have to sustain myself if I die. And in that light, the short list of my life's accomplishments fills me with...
Yeah, because if you do one of the new races, like the goblins or the high elves, then yeah, it won't be voiced because that's all added stuff that wasn't... or I say added, it's all restored stuff that wasn't in the base game. So it's not in the database, and I don't know how to get it added. And I haven't kept up with the add-on to see if the people ever added the Turtle WoW stuff at some point. Yeah. And so that'll be any of the first four, so like the Undead, the Orcs, Troll, or Tauren. Yeah, do y'all have, just out of my own curiosity, do y'all have like a pawn shop or something that might have just like a cheap old laptop laying around that could be bought for pretty cheap? Oh yeah, Tauren are pretty cool. They're the, they have the... because this was back before they equalized stats across all races. So Tauren have the highest base, like, defense and health of any race in the whole game. So they're pretty, you know, for a good pun, they're pretty beefy. And if you want any kind of, like, class recommendations for, like, something that you're wanting to do, you can ask me. Because, like, if you're wanting to do, like, I don't know if you're like me and you like characters that have, like, pets, like how my Warlock has this imp. The two pet classes are, you know, Warlock, which has the demons, which you get, like, 4 different ones you get to choose from. I say choose from, but 4 that you get to utilize. Hunters get to use nearly any beast in the whole game, and so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so like if it, you know, it does the holy trinity of like class roles of like, you know, tanks, damage, and healer. So if you want to know classes that can do any of those roles particularly, or ones that can do all of them based on how you build them, you can just let me know. Oh, with your mount, you can use, aside from like faction specifics, like you can't go get the like rams from the dwarves as a horde person. Like if you like the undead horses from like the undead race, but you want to play the cows and you don't like their mount, you can get your reputation up with the undead faction, and then once you're exalted, you can go buy their mounts. I think any class can actually go DPS. There are some that are better at it than others, obviously, but none of them are bad. I don't think there's anything that can't not do damage. It's just some of them don't really have many options for it.
What's in it for me?
Because, like, druids have the option to be, like, a caster damage or a melee damage. Shaman have the same thing. They can be a caster damage or a melee damage. But then if you're, like, a priest, you can only be, like... Or no, I guess you can do holy damage or shadow damage, but you're just always a caster, obviously. Some classes can only do DPS, because, like, if you're a mage, you're just doing damage. That's your only role. You can't do anything else. Oh yeah, and so as a warrior, you have the chance to be either big smacky damage, or rapid smacky damage, or a tank. And so what I mean by that is arms warriors will generally do like slow but heavy, like large hits using a two-handed weapon. And then Fury spec is generally for dual wielding and hitting fast with two, you know, while dual wielding two like one-handed weapons.
Hey, I found the guild you need to join.
What is it?
The Turtle Club.
The Turtle Club? Maybe.
Or are you too turtly for the Turtle Club?
I don't know. If we get enough people, we might all be too turtly for the Turtle Club and have to make something else.
It's true. That guy's name is Goku Min My Butt. That's weird.
He likes Goku in his butt. What? Don't king shame him.
It's too late.
It's too late. Droku in the butt. Droku in the butt. But yeah, this game is super chilly to me. And the thing I have that does like all of this marking of the quest and everything for me is called PF Quest. And that's something that you can install just straight from the launcher. So like whenever you bring up the launcher for Turtle WoW, there's like the tabs at the top and you can click add-ons. And one of them is PF Quest. And you just click that and it'll, you know, download and install it, and then it'll be, you know, in your game. And then you can actually, I've got it turned off, but you can have like an arrow be up here at like the top of your screen pointing you in the direction of whatever your like current quest is, or you can tell it to point to whatever the closest quest objective you have is. But I don't care for the arrow, because I just didn't want it up there, so I just look on my map and then, you know, run wherever. I think I can turn it back on. I know I can, I just don't know how, maybe. Yeah, Yeah, I know I can. I just don't know how.
How to do what?
Turn the arrow back on just so I can show it, but I'm not gonna bother with it right now. Yeah, because right now, like, me running off of this data pack is what gives me the voices for the game. There probably just is a more advanced version out there somewhere.
Familiars were merely pets of the darker powers within the Burning Blade. Your success against them foretells greater deeds ahead.
My divinations see that an item of power hides deep within the Burning Blade Coven, guarded by beasts and black magic. It is called the Burning Blade Medallion.
What's the magic gotta be black?
The next task is to find it and remove it from the Coven. But be wary, for the medallion may be possessed by an agent of the Burning Blade. And if so, then the agent's power would be greater than the familiars you have already encountered. Go, adventurer.
Oh, level 57 died.
Oof, you hate to see it.
There is an important lesson that you must take away from fighting Scorpids. The smallest or largest of opponents can still send you to your doom. In fierce combat, any number of things can prove your downfall. I have no more to teach you, adventurer. You have done well, and I will watch your progress.
May your blades never done. From your description of the beast, I believe you must be speaking of Sarkoth. It is no wonder that Hanazuwa was overtaken by it. Aid will be dispatched to him immediately. Trouble yourself no more with Hanazua's plight. However,
and if everybody gets like really used to the game, we can try and do like a group hardcore run sometime.
Your own honor is
Oh, that would be sweet.
Wonderful, adventurer. As promised, here is your cactus apple surprise, plus a little something extra. Cursed peons. They work hard gathering lumber from the trees of the valley, but they're always taking
that would make hardcore so much easier.
The peons in line. You look like the right person for
so much we can coordinate.
Oh yeah, if we had like a whole team of 5.
Lazy peons you find sleeping on the job. A good smack will get them right back to work.
Oh.
Return the blackjack when you're done.
I would even invest in it and buy the like mobile bank and stuff.
That would be dope.
Yeah. Yeah, the PF Quest and Turtle PF Quest, that's what shows me where like all the quests and everything are. Sometimes it bugs out, but you know, you'll get that with these big jobs. Because yeah, one thing I would do if we all did, I would get something that could be, like a vendor and a bank, so that way we wouldn't have to constantly go back to town for that stuff, and it would help a lot. Trust, because me and Doge have tried so many hardcore characters, and it's always a fucking bitch each and every fucking time. Having to like run back to towns and things like that. Man, everybody's doing this fucking peon quest. It is the weekend though. This is like peak times for Turtle WoW. Yeah, and like how I have like 118 latency, to me like y'all should have way less over there, just because, like I said, if I remember correctly, the servers are based out of France. Spec. It's also way easier to get around the world as a Horde character versus an Alliance character. The Alliance just do not have a great connection to, like, the whole fucking world. It's weird.
I'll say, The highest level I've gotten with a hardcore has been on my Alliance Mage. So, ironic, because I've never played a mage.
What level are they?
20.
I say we made it to 20 before on those hunters where I busted my wrist rest.
No, I made it to 19.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
You made it to 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgo. I love pulling all kinds of weird. Oh, my camera broke for a second. I love doing all kinds of like crazy shit to get around places.
It's fair.
And if you do some of the challenges, Itsumi, like if you do, I think like slow and steady, you'll get a particular. I think you'll get a special mount if you make it all the way to level 60 doing that challenge. Which all that does is reduce the amount of XP that mobs give you. I think by 30%, and you'll lose 5% of your total XP if you die, but it's not a big deal.
I think it's by 50%, but I might be wrong on that.
Oh hey, there's somebody using that bronze dragon illusion. That's really cool.
That is cool. Oh, I can only use them once. Oh. Oh, okay.
No, you just have to have the thing to feed him.
I just need cheese.
Yeah, you gotta feed him cheese. Bird want cheese. Yeah, and what's really funny is that's it was a project of people offering their voices, and then it runs through like an AI generator thing. So it's a bunch of people that have just like read scripts and then compiled all their voices together and then ran it through an AI to make all that stuff. So it's really cool. It's like the one way I would say is like the right way to use AI, because like there's so many fucking quests and everything in this. How on earth could you ever get people together to voice all of that shit? It would be like, you know, it would be thousands of hours, if not more than that, of, you know, recorded lines you would have to do. Like, that's fucking nuts. But doing it this way with the AI isn't so bad. It's where like a team of, I think it was like a team of like 6 people all did like, they read like a script, but they did it in different voices. So, like they did their best like Tauren voice or their best Orc voice and all that. And so they did theirs and compiled the voice clips that are already in the game from like whenever you click an NPC and they talk to you. And then compiled that into be like, this is the Orc voice for like male/female. Sometimes that gets fucked up. And did that for like each race, and they're like, and then here's all of the text from all of the original quests, and that made their database. I don't know if it's been updated, so like I said, you may have a better, different version than me, because they're on like, this version says it's 0.1. I've had this for, God, it's been over a year or so that we've had this stuff set up now, honey. There may be an update out there.
There might be.
I just have never looked. Oh yeah, Itsumi, what's your character's name? And I'll friend them, and like I'll send you a message and show you how to do like friending.
Ah, potential customer.
They're back chasing the chicken.
I cannot whisper yet, I'm too low. So if you do /friend... So if you do like... Damn it. Without the quotes, if you do that /friend Kataka, you'll add me as a friend, and then if you use your friends list, which is like O, or the social, like, peach bubble in your bottom thing, you'd actually be able to see me, like, online or offline and where I'm at on this character.
Fly quickly through the hot Baron's air.
It's pretty neat. And we can do stuff like this. It's really cool. And there's a whole bunch of / commands you can do. Like, if you do /silly, your character will tell a joke.
Oh, yeah.
And each race and gender has their own jokes. /flirt will also tell, like, a pickup line. /dance will make you dance.
Hey, Colt, you don't mind me just hopping in because this is easier?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine.
Nice one. You two go?
Yeah.
Alright, cheers, Lost. But yeah, I don't know. I added you to the... You're in my group now or something?
Yeah, I sent you a group request, and so now we're grouped together.
Okay, nice one.
Not that now you can just, like, basically you can see me on your map and stuff like that. If we were together, right, we could do quests together, but your race's starting
in a different area.
Your race's starting area is
like
a little bit
different.
of a bitch to get to. Actually, it's not as much of a bitch to get to anymore. I could get there fairly easily, probably.
Well, all I've got to do currently is just collect plain strider meat, so, you know.
Yeah, like, we'll probably by about the time you're level 10, is where you'll get a Zora. Is where you'll get, like, outside of what I consider to be, like, your starter area, and then you can, you know, I'm dumb. My brain is...
Like, we can actually run, like, instanced content and that, like, your dungeons and
yeah,
stuff
level
like that.
10 is, like, where you can do, like, your first dungeon, really.
Yeah.
Outside of that, though, like, we can still do quests together. Like, it doesn't have to be instance content, because we're in the same world, I just haven't ran over to where you are.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
Why? Why? Because it's a long way, and I'll do it later. I do have to come there.
But no, I don't mind. I don't mind just playing, like, you know, just kind of getting used to stuff as I get to level 10, because, like, a lot of stuff, like the UI in that is a little, I gotta kind of get to grips around stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey,
but I
Zora.
understand, you know, like...
Welcome
hey,
in,
Zora.
welcome in.
Hi.
Yeah, I'd say if you've definitely never done this before, having somebody talk to you and have you, like, actually experience going through it yourself is the best way to learn. Because if I was with you, I would just be kind of like... If I didn't have you lead, I would be dragging you around everywhere, and that would not have you learn as efficiently.
It's just not a good way to learn. Yeah.
So,
It's like,
can I get an invite to the group y'all are in?
which character are you on, dear?
It's
It's Ghosty with 2 T's. And a Y.
Is that because you have another character just regularly called Ghosty and you can't call that character Ghosty? Yeah, I thought I could just call all my characters Itsumi, but no.
Yeah, and it's not even just you, it's anybody in the server having that. Server, like, names are unique server-wide.
No, that's fair.
They get freed up after a while. I think if you have a character... Yeah, I think if your account is inactive for... I think it's... I'm trying to remember. I think it's like 3 months. They start freeing up. They don't automatically remove the name from your characters, but they flag those names as being available, and so then if somebody takes the name, your name,
you'll have to rename yourself when you next log in, I guess.
Yeah, you'll have to rename your character on next time you log in, and it'll be through like, you'll be given basically your data table entry your temp name until you rename it.
Right, okay. And can you freely rename your character as you wish in this?
I think it's a paid service that they do.
Okay.
Cheese. I'm trying to remember.
I guess I'm just gonna go insane the rest of my life. Until
Why? What's wrong, Ghosty? What are you waiting on?
The cheese.
Oh, oh, the cheese, of course. The cheese,
Yeah, so,
of course.
yeah, it looks like they charge $16 for character name change.
Okay.
Which, if I remember correctly, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, that's highway robbery, that's way too much for changing, like, a data table and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I mean, I think the whole team of Turtle WoW that's running this whole shebang is like... Cheese. Is 10 people.
It's like cheese, no way. That's crazy.
I think it's 10 people. I think the Turtle WoW team is legitimately like 10 fucking people.
10 people. Damn.
That's crazy.
That is.
Crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once.
How was Crazy was in chat? I said crazy and I immediately was like, oh man, he's in chat, but he's not.
If we say crazy enough, maybe he'll come up.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. If you say it in the mirror at night, you'll wake up with jokes on.
Are you sure about that?
Why? I still love that. Why? Apparently, Charnish said at the very end of that sound file I sent you, because I cut it down for using it as a Tangia thing, or not Tangia, a mix it up thing. He said you can hear me start to piss.
Oh no!
There's no way.
Oh, dude.
I didn't hear it, but maybe I just don't have it loud enough.
I think Tarnish just got those like Dolby Vision Atmos 3D audio headsets or whatever the fuck. He's got like super good hearing or something. Oh, that's horrible, man. Yeah, I won't be in VC for too long. I'm just I'll probably keep playing WoW, but I'm just kind of, gonna have a chill day rest of the day. I did say to play Repo as well with Skelly. I just fucking realized, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that, and then we'll be here. And like I said, you're free to anybody. That's why we're in this public one. It's free to hop in and out and everything.
So that's because yeah, Zora?
Are you in the Repo?
No, I'm not. No, I'm nowhere near as good enough at Repo to think of joining a tournament. Alright.
I love that. I love that Mia's doing the redeems. Just blowing her points left to right.
Don't forget in center.
Fair. Did forget the center.
Okay, I will admit, I'm finding the Tauren, like the warrior, more fun to play as than the was it the ranger I played as last with the bow?
Oh, the hunter, yeah. Hunter
Hunter
gets a bit more cheese.
Your hunter gets more cheese, no way, that's crazy.
Your hunter gets a bit more, what I was gonna say is in depth at level 10, where you can start having pets, because that's where you can start taming beasts and using them as pets to help you in combat.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Level 10 is also just where like almost every character starts to like get something new. That's where like a lot of stuff really unlocks, because that's where talent trees come in. Because like I was saying, for your warrior,
my only thing currently is, because obviously I have my PC docked. Right now. Like I have a handheld PC and I have it docked to my TV, so things are a little small for me text-wise. But I can. It's still legible, thankfully. It's still fine. I can still read it. It just takes me a second. That's the only thing.
I think you can up the UI scale.
Yeah, I have the UI scale at max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know turning that up or down. I didn't know turning it up or down would make it bigger or smaller.
No, yeah. So the only thing with UI scale is I have it on use UI scale. I have it set to default, which is 1, and then you can only make it smaller.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, you could set your resolution down though.
I could do that, yeah, I guess.
Like if you went to like 1600 by 900, I bet that'd be very visible.
Let me do that.
Freaking Mia out here with suck a dick. Ah.
Why am I not? Oh wait. 1600 by 900. Yeah, cool. And okay. Oh wow, yeah, okay, no, that's definitely a lot easier to read. Holy shit. Huh. Wait, because I'm curious then, what does 720 look like?
Oh god. But
Okay, you know what? 720p is not actually all that visible compared to 900p. 900p is like the good sweet spot. It doesn't look too fuzzy.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah. Because I mean, I have everything else maxed out, anyways. So.
God, motherfucking damn.
I also have this running under Vulcan, just because that's just better with the ally apparently.
Oh yeah.
So.
Probably.
Yeah, instead of I don't know what it would usually run under, like OpenGL or something or what, but. Yeah. What's wrong?
Can I get the thing I showed you on WhatsApp?
Oh wait, did you show me something? Hold up. How much will you have left after?
And I get paid on the 21st again.
What's today's date?
8th.
Okay, sure. I don't know, with the other 15 though, are we going to get food with that though, probably, yeah? If you want to.
Or food, I'm not bothered either way. I can just use clear payment.
We'll just get the first one then, yeah? Yeah, that's fine then. I was gonna say, I'm not hungry right now, are you? Okay, that's fine. Complete. Sorry, I forgot to mute for that.
No, you're fine. That doesn't bother us
cool.
any. We understand.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, so... Oh, okay, right, cool, yeah, so... Why, what's wrong? Okay, then. That's a bit stupid. Why does it list as 15 and then go up to 20? Oh, well, it's alright, you'll find it again. In terms of armor choices, I'll just kind of like, choices it gives me in terms of, when I choose a thing. Does it really matter for the start of the game? Because obviously I'll replace all my armor later on with way better stuff, won't I?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair. Painted chain gloves, cool. They are, wow, they are painted. They are green as hell.
Yeah,
goddamn.
Another thing about warriors that's pretty nice is, so like right now you can wear your highest level or highest tier of armor you can wear is mail. So it goes cloth, leather, mail, plate. Okay. Some classes at level 40 get to go up in armor class at level 40. Some don't. Like pretty much every cloth wearer is cloth forever. There's a couple of leather wearers like the hunter and the shaman that at level 40 they get to go up to mail.
Right.
But warriors and paladins at level 40 get to go up to plate. And this game has a transmogrification system, transmog for short. And what that is there's a person that you can give, like, you can complete daily quests and stuff to get fashion tokens.
It's basically like, so you can transmog the look of armor
and
onto something regard. Yeah.
And so,
there's transmog weapons as well, cool.
So what's really cool for warriors is they don't restrict it to where like plate can only be transmogged as plate. You could equip cloth, and you just once you equip something once, you'll probably start seeing it as you equip stuff. It'll say that like the look is unlocked.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that's for the transmog thing. So like as a warrior, since you can go all the way up to plate, you can literally equip every piece of armor in the game that isn't class specific. Like some stuff will say that it's for like, some stuff will say that it's for like, this is for shaman only, or this is for druid only, or whatever like that. So you can't equip those. But other than that, every piece of armor in the game, from cloth to plate, you can put on and build your transmog fashion and then look however you want to look. Also, warriors get to use every weapon in the game except for wands.
That's pretty fucking sick. Goddamn, I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking the look of the big bonky hammer though right now. I feel like it fits the look of a freaking, you know, of a Tauren.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you can get you can get a something that's basically better stats and say it's like a polearm or a two-handed axe or something, and you don't like the look of it. You can always go to the transmog person and be like, "This is going to look like my bonk hammer I had before that I liked."
Oh right, okay. Oh, so I thought when you said you can transmog weapons, I thought you meant okay, you could just transmog say a polearm to look like a different polearm or a hammer to look like no. You can transmog. Okay, and like so like I could say transmog a polearm to look like a hammer, and it'd still have the animations of a hammer then, yeah.
It should. From what I know, it looks like it's two-handed weapons can be transmogged into other two-handed weapons, and one-handed can be transmogged into other one-handeds.
Right, that makes sense. Okay. No, that makes sense.
Because that was how it was with like what was it? With like Retail's transmog system, like axes, like one-handed axes can only be looked at like other one-handed axes. You couldn't make them look like one-handed maces or one-handed swords.
Okay.
And that was the other thing is like cloth can only be transmogged to look like cloth, or plate can only be transmogged to look like plate, and a lot of people didn't like that because some people wanted to be like, oh, but I got this cloth hood and I want to look like I'm a hooded person or whatever with my like other stuff. And like they've even got things to where like you can hide shoulders and capes and things like that for your transmog if you want to. They just have all kinds of stuff.
Do they have the usual like, oh, raid loot will be amazing like looking wise and all that? Like it'll look, I guess, kind of a step above things.
I mean, pretty much they have the most work done into them, but some people still don't like the way that it looks. So
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it's an MMO, so the end game is always fashion.
Yeah, and so some people love the way the end game stuff looks. Some people don't.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just, I don't know. I'm definitely feeling a lot more invested into things now that I've actually spoken to you about it. To be fair. Because before I was just kind of hopping in after saying a few words and just trying it out, and I was like, damn, this is slow. But no, installing the PF thing, the PF quest thing has also really helped. Having that marker there, just for which areas I need to go hunting for the starting like quests and all that is just a lot better. Yeah.
Like it's one of those things of like that's that became a part of retail. Some people, obviously a lot of people liked that, probably more people liked that than didn't, but for the people who liked reading the quests and liked exploring the world and didn't want to be told where to go, it sucked for them because they couldn't turn it off.
No, that's fair, yeah.
But like,
whereas here it's just optional because,
Yeah, because it's off normally because that's how it played back in the day, was you have to read the quests.
No, of course.
And if quests don't come up instantly and you're having to wait for the text to generate, there is... in the interface options, like if you hit like escape, go to interface options, in the middle section that's on display, on the far right side of that at the top checkbox is instant quest text, and it'll make it to where it doesn't have to like slowly show up, and it'll just show up instantly.
No, that's fair. I was gonna say, to be fair, for now I don't mind the slow crawl because it's not too slow.
Yeah, there's also some other options you can turn on in the launcher for like auto looting, so that way whenever you loot something you don't have to click every item. You don't have to naturally do that anyway. You can hold shift and right click something and that'll do the auto loot. Just whenever you're in the launcher, if you go under, I think it's called tweaks, there's a check mark box to be like auto loot automatically, so then you don't have to keep holding shift for auto looting.
See, the only reason I didn't turn on auto loot is I thought that it was it'll just loot something that I kill, and I don't want that just because my invent would fill up. But no, that's fair.
And I mean, you do kind of want nearly everything your little mitts can grab because you're going to want to sell it because as you level up, basically every even level is a training level to go learn new skills and abilities. And it costs money because you have to, this is like how old games were, where you're not the hero, you're not some amazing thing, you're just a guy.
Even say like the chipped claws and broken fangs and ruined pelts and stuff like that. Would I really just want to like get them as well?
Yeah, so that way you can go to like a general goods vendor or something and sell them and
just
get
sell them.
Cash.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And if you ever run into money troubles or anything, let Dodry know, because we each have a max level character and we can send you some money, because it's obviously a lot easier for us to get money. It's not generally like a huge amount of money. I would say most of the time through general play, you shouldn't have money troubles, but it has come up before.
Okay.
You are here
I'll just kind of see how it goes.
I feel like
Sorry, go on, go.
warlocks are the most expensive class to train.
Yeah, hunters and warlocks. Hunters and warlocks are the most expensive because you got to train not only yourself but your pets.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
And I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, so whenever you're in a major city, or if you happen to see one around, you'll want to start talking to weapon masters, because you only have the ability to use some of your weapons. Like if you hit K, you'll see your weapon skills, and that's how you'll know what you can and can't use right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So going
axes,
to weapon
axes,
masters is how you
bows,
learn to use
aces,
other
two-handeds,
weapons.
aces. Okay.
So like I said, how you can learn to use everything except for wands, that's all from different weapon masters in different major cities and stuff like that.
Okay, no, that's fair.
So like I
so
know
yeah, so currently, oh wow, yeah, you're right about defense being high. Holy shit, my defense is 11 out of 15.
Yeah, and that's not just that, because also like your one of your racials is having more stamina, which that's not just the racial. So prior to the racial kicking in, the races have base stats. So even prior to the racial, Tauren have the highest stamina, which every 1 stamina you can think of as 10 health points.
Okay, goddamn, okay.
And they have like the highest stamina by I think like 3 of all of the race's base
like
stats, and then
at
it
least
gets
an
the
extra
racial
30 over.
Yeah, and then it gets the racial ability on top of it.
Yeah.
So I think it ends up. I don't remember how much the racial gives you. It's if you hit K or not K, P to open up your spell book, it'll be one of your racials. And also your racial active is Tauren Stomp. That's something you'll want to put on your action bar somewhere, because it's an ability you can actually use, and it stuns
You mean
enemies.
War Stomp?
Oh yeah, War Stomp. That's right.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that on there automatically. Oh, there. So like I have endurance, which is total health increased by 5%.
Oh yeah, they changed it from 5 to 5%. Yes. So that'll actually scale with you as you level up, which is what's great. So not only because like it used to just be a flat 5, so it used to just be that basically Tauren had 80 more health than everybody else. But with it being set to 5%, you'll get even more than that, because it will run off of your base stat, and your base stat increases as you level up.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
So, fuck yeah. Like I said, for a great pun, Tauren are fucking beefy.
No, I know. Well, no, it fucking. To be honest, I don't really usually play like these big tanky fucking classes. That's the thing. But I don't know. I just saw the Tauren because, like, just looking at all the other Horde classes, I just saw the Tauren and I thought that looks cool as hell. You know?
Yeah, and they're the only Horde race that can be a druid, just like Night Elves are the only Alliance race that can be a druid, which they're the shapeshifters.
That's right. But then in WoW, I don't even know if this it's probably the same with current WoW. I'm not sure, but you can't ever class change, can you?
No.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
No, you'd have to.
Because that's the thing with because again, most of my MMO knowledge is from FF14. I've played other MMOs here and there, but that's the main MMO I've played. So most of my knowledge is from that, and from that it's like, even though a lot of people do bitch about like how slow that game can be and how arduous parts of that game can be, it's so player friendly at this point just because it's had years of work done to it, compared to like this, which is a flashback to, you know, WoW in the past, even though it's got a lot of quality of life features and such. You know, I'm sure current WoW probably has a lot more features, but at the same time current WoW requires a subscription, and like older content is kind of just useless, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, retail WoW is because like this. What I liked about this, the old WoW, which started to change with Wrath of the Lich King, but didn't really change until Cataclysm, was that with this you're just a guy. You're literally like, if you listen to the intro video, you know, you're basically a new recruit person, somebody who's like, I could be, you know, somebody and not just a farmer.
Yeah.
And so that's why you learn stuff from trainers and things like that. Like, you're learning from people that have actually done shit.
Yeah, whereas, like, I take it retail WoW is like, you are the chosen one.
Oh, yeah.
You are the fucking,
you are
know,
the hero of the world every time. But everybody is. Every player is the guy. So, like, in this, so World of Warcraft, I don't know if you know, is basically the culmination of story from not only the books, but also the previous three Warcraft RTS games.
I know at least Warcraft 3. I haven't played it, but I know of Warcraft 3 being, like, pretty loved.
And so that's the big thing, is that, like, in this, you know, you get to be in that world that you were playing in like, Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, and the heroes of Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 that like you, the player, were controlling at the time, like Thrall and Vol'jin and Sylvanas and all those, you are just a random dude that gets to sometimes help them with the world shit that they're doing. You aren't the big guy. You are handling the other stuff for the big guys.
No, that's right. Is it worth playing the original 3? I know that 3 had like a remaster at points that was like a remake that was apparently pretty bad, but is it worth playing Warcraft 1 to 3 at points?
Man,
I don't know how accessible, like, at least the first 2 would be by this point.
The first 2 are not that accessible. If you did want to get them, you could get them on GOG, and they're, that's...
Yes, they are. They've been recently remastered.
Oh, have they?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you can get them that way, but what I was going to say in accessibility is, they handle, like, a milk that was left out on a hot summer day.
Right. Compare them to something for me, because when did they even release? Are they 90s or early 2000s?
Yeah, they're like 96 and 90, or no, I think it was 94, 96, 98 for the 3 games.
Okay. Damn, I don't know if I'd be able to run them. They might be quite graphically demanding.
But the big thing about them is, like, especially Warcraft 1 and 2. Ugh.
Yeah.
Because Doge, you handled Warcraft 1 a little bit. That thing handles rough.
It does.
It's it aged like a fine milk.
No, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me find it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it was 94. So Warcraft 1 was 94. Where was Warcraft 2? 95. Goddamn, and then
yeah, goddamn.
Yeah, and then
I
Warcraft...
wish we still lived in the age where sequels came out a year later.
And then Warcraft 3 was 2002, and then 2003, The Frozen Throne was its expansion, and then, World of Warcraft came out in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's had a long history. But it's really cool that you get to, like, because, like, almost every building that you get to go in and everything was, like, the buildings you were placing in the RTS game. So, like, for me, like, going from Warcraft 3 to this, it was so fucking cool to be like, oh, that's what the inside of this looks like, and all this stuff, like... and even in the beta for Vanilla WoW, like, obviously these buildings and everything have been tailored a bit. Yeah. In the beta, they, like, oh my god, the beta looks so rough. The beta was literally just... They took the, RTS models and just blew them up really big and slapped them in the world.
Oh, okay.
It looked really god-awful and bad, but I mean, it was... But that's why it was a beta. It was proof of concept of it working.
Well, yeah.
And that's why, sometimes... And some of that old beta stuff is still in the game, actually. So sometimes you'll see enemies or something that you'll be like, man, that's a really, like, low texture or low poly model or something. And sometimes buildings or
something
assets...
from that.
Yeah, and sometimes buildings or assets will be like that. And it's because they were the ones that are still the original blown-up Warcraft 3 assets. They just didn't get more.
You know what I do also find great? I know that obviously they've added a lot of content over the years, but I did try playing WoW at one point. It's free trial, because this was just after Dragonflight released.
Yeah.
And because I was like, oh hell yeah, dragons, that's cool. I was also kind of like, wait, you couldn't fly dragons before? That's fucking weird. I thought, I really thought that's like a fantasy staple. But anyways, I gave it a try, and I just found it insane because the game was like 90 fucking gigs, and I was like, what the hell? Yeah. I know that obviously they've done a lot over the years to add to it, but I mean, like, again, my main MMO is FF14, and that's like 50. It's like 50 to 60 at most, even after like an engine change and everything. Well, here's your pelts, mate.
But goddamn. And I think it's really funny. So, like, 95 is whenever US got Warcraft 2. 96 is whenever Europe got Warcraft 2.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. That just used to happen, didn't it?
Yeah. So 94 Warcraft 1 happened, and then 95/96 Warcraft 2 happened because it was an extra year later for the European release for whatever reason.
Damn.
But yeah, you grab everything your grubby little mitts can get your hands on.
Yeah, my current invent is like a random shield, some bread, and then a load of claws and fangs and pelts, and a random chicken, like a meat.
Oh yeah, and so like another thing about like, so level 10 is where talents come in, which is where I was telling you about like the warrior stuff. So the 3 warrior talent trees, you don't have to pick just one. You can mix and match, double, triple dip, whatever you want with the talent points. You get 1 talent point every level, starting at level 10 all the way to 60. And so basically your 3 talent trees are: protection is for tank focused, you know, that's where all your defenses and stuff are. Arms is generally, arms and fury are both damage, but the arms tree is more focusing on 2-handed weapons, and the fury tree is more focusing on dual-wielding 1-handed weapons. But that doesn't mean you can't make a build your own by dipping into multiple trees. I've seen people do the 2-handed fury build, which used to be called Slam Fury, because you focused on your ability Slam. And it was really cool, and that's one of the things I really liked about old World of Warcraft, is that, you know, you have the talent point system, so you can mix and match and do all kinds of shit with your talent points, and you can reset your talent points as much as you want, as long as you have the in-game goal to do so. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's good then, that's good, because I do like experimenting with builds and such.
And what I like also that Turtle WoW does is sometimes they will like how I told you originally, like there were some talents and stuff that just didn't work back in the original game. So they made those work, and then since then they've been trying to refine the trees for like some shit that just like didn't make sense, or shit that was like sounded good on paper, but it being actually in use wasn't good, so then they changed it to something that was good. But anytime they make a talent change, they will, even for just any one class, anytime they use the talent change for like any one class, they'll reset everybody's talent points.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's good then, that's good. It's, to be honest, it's just like, it just seems to come from a lot of like, player-friendly, well, other players, who obviously have a lot of love for classic WoW.
Oh yeah.
Who just, yeah.
Because that was a whole thing of like, so like one of the things that they fixed, where number 1, the talents just didn't work, and then number 2, then they went back and rehashed those talents to make them better than what they were originally, is Shaman.
Yeah.
So Enhancement Shaman has 2 jobs, is what it was supposed to be able to do. It was supposed to be able to do tanking or melee DPS. In the original game, almost every tanking talent just didn't work. Like, you could put points in it, but it didn't do anything. And they just didn't work.
Oh, wait, what the fuck?
They just didn't work. Like, and that was another thing, is like, druids were really crippled in the original game, because the most non-crash out I've heard called speak. Jeez. But druids in original WoW literally didn't have the final versions of their spells. So, like, you'll see a lot of spells that'll, like, you know, or abilities that will say, like, rank 1, and then as you level up, you'll get, like, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and so on. And I think most skills went up to, like, rank 8 or 10, I forget what it was, of, what the max was. But let's say that it was 10. There was a bunch of druid abilities that stopped at rank 8 or 9 and did not reach rank 10 because they just didn't finish it. The druid class was entirely unfinished by the time the original game released, and it never got to be finished until the first expansion, the Burning Crusade.
Okay, what the fuck? That's kind of insane having to wait, because like our expansion's 2 years.
Yeah,
like
they were like every
2
like 2 years. Because I think Burning Crusade came out in 2006, and then Wrath of the Lich King came out in 2008, I believe.
I need to wait 2 years
for your class to be finished.
Oh, that's crazy. No, that's insane.
Well, that was another thing. There was a bunch of things that kind of got that way. Paladins also weren't finished when the original game came out. So like Retribution Paladins sucked major ass. And another thing that sucked was that for Paladins specifically was they didn't get their gear tailored correctly, because them being a healer was the last thought for something for Paladins. So all of the end-game plate only had tank or damage stats on it, which Retribution Paladin already was bad because it wasn't finished, so the damage sets for Paladin were ass. So pretty much the only viable option was tank, except if you were doing PvP, Retribution Warriors could do good in PvP. But if you wanted to be a good healer as a paladin, you basically had to go try and steal priest gear and wear it.
Oh, okay, wow.
You had to go try and get cloth gear for your plate-wearing guy to have healing stats. It was, like I said, there was a lot of stuff in the old game, like in the old original game, that was just not finished or broken.
Yeah, it sounds it. I mean,
there was also
no, that's kind of insane.
There also used to be racials that didn't work. So like for instance, me as a troll, pretty much all of the racials for troll in the original classic World of Warcraft did not work. Like, the bow specialization, the throwing specialization, and the regeneration did not... The regeneration, I'm gonna air quotes, because you can't see it, worked, but it didn't work correctly. Like, it didn't work the way that it was supposed to. The bow and throwing specializations just didn't work, period. Beast slaying, where you do 5% more damage to beast enemies, did work just fine. Regeneration worked in the sense of, like, you got to keep a portion of your health regeneration while in combat, but it didn't work the way that it was supposed to. So it was supposed to, I think, originally be 10% of your healing, like your natural healing you were supposed to keep in combat. But that's not what it did. It kept up to 10 points of healing, which did, you know, in later content is nothing. So it didn't work correctly. And that was a thing for a bunch of stuff. Like, there was all kinds of stuff that was like that, like, just, like, there was also, like, even for me, like, for warlocks, there's a talent to make my, so, like, I have a buff called, like, demon armor. Increases my armor and makes me regenerate health per 5 seconds.
Yep.
There is a talent to increase that, to increase how much armor, increase how much health per second I get back. In the original game, that talent just didn't work. It was useless to put points into it, because it just didn't work. It didn't do anything.
Oh.
And it didn't, again, that didn't get fixed until, like, so much stuff of the original game never got fixed until Burning Crusade. And it's terrible.
That is terrible, man. Holy shit.
Because, like, another great point of something that was just not finished in time, which is going back to the Druid, is their healing form, the Tree of Life form, for their healing spec. That was in the classic game, but it was turned off because they didn't get it working in time. They got it working and turned on in Burning Crusade. Turtle WoW has that working and enabled, so a healing druid can go into Tree of Life form and actually be a good healer.
Yeah, because from what I gather, this doesn't have Burning Crusade or any of the expansions in it, right? This is just base WoW, and then the fan-made content, right? Or the fan re-added content, right?
Yeah, so, like, they went back through and started enabling a bunch of stuff. So, like, the first things they started restoring were things that were... I don't know why they were ever cut content, because they were finished, but turned off. Because one of the perfect examples of that is in the Undead Starting Zone. There was a named mob that seemed like he was named for no reason, because he was not part of a quest, he wasn't for anything, nobody talked about him, nobody knew why this named mob existed. And it's because he was for a cut quest on the undead side, that the quest reward was to get a wand, which is good for, you know, the priests, mage, and warlocks, because having a wand is, you know, kind of a way that you can do decent, and I'm gonna air quotes decent, but it's better damage than trying to stab something with, like, a dagger or whack something with a staff. Like, the wand is better damage than that.
Yeah.
But that was the reward. And that whole quest, you know, obviously the mob existed, the person who gave the quest existed, the triggers for the entire quest were already there, the quest reward was already there, but the quest was turned off.
Okay.
And I'm like, why? Again, like, you know, freaking exclamation. Why? Like, why? Why was it turned off? I don't know.
It definitely seems like there was a lot, like, I mean, it's just Blizzard, innit? I mean, Blizzard are never really known for, like, their games are great, but goddamn are they a little janky. And I was gonna say, I realized why.
Well, Blizzard used to be a standard back in the day. It wasn't until midway through, I think it was in 2009 is whenever Blizzard sold to Activision, and that's where they started to really go
and then
downhill.
everything fell apart. Yeah, I forget. To be honest, I think the last game that I'd say I didn't really have issues with, and even then I think it's just because I didn't play it at launch, and I know a lot of the fan base hate it anyways, was Diablo 3.
It was really bad at launch.
Yeah, I know. I heard it was fucking absolutely broken as hell at launch.
Yeah, because
since then,
here's the point of how bad it was at launch. It was so bad at launch, I owned Diablo 3, but I never bought it. As an apology for how bad the release was, at the time of Diablo 3, whenever they finally got the game into a state where it didn't crash and bug out and all this other shit all the time, they gave anybody who had an active WoW subscription at that time a free copy of Diablo 3.
Damn.
And that's the only reason I own it.
I also own it, but have never played it.
Oh, have you never played Diablo 3? I like Diablo 3. I like Diablo, like, as a whole. I just,
Oh yeah,
I've
I
never,
love
like,
action RPGs.
Proper grind it. Yeah.
I love Diablo 2.
And,
no, that's what I need to go through Diablo 2 at some point. I've owned it for like the remaster for like 2-3 years.
Oh, same.
Grim Dawn is also an amazing ARPG.
Yeah, you told me about Grim Dawn. It's on my wish list. It looks really cool. I just don't have the funds for it right now, and I'm playing this anyways.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking. I was thinking like, I should really feel like everything is really jarring in this because, again, the main MMO player is 14. No, so I remembered like I did for a bit for like about a month-ish. About 4 or 5 years ago, I played a bit of Final Fantasy 11, and I forget if that released before or after this. But I
think it released after.
I don't understand. I think I don't know. But it was so freaking confusing to me to try and play that game because there's no quest markers, there's no like guide in general unless you use a wiki on where to go, and it felt incredibly like overwhelming and confusing for me. And also, I don't know if you've heard anything about 11, but FF11 is like probably the hardest MMO to just get to the fucking login screen for, because it uses Square's old proprietary like launcher called Play Online, and it still uses it to this day, and it's like a horror story to get through.
Damn.
It is horrible, yeah. But at the same time, like, playing this reminds me of playing that a little bit, just kind of, I don't feel as confused.
This is another thing of, like, that I also like about this game, is it's like retail WoW is what I would say is an action power fantasy MMO now, because all the cooldowns are really low, like everything is happening like all the time, and like there's a whole bunch of effects and triggers and shit on the screen. This isn't like that. Like you might get a couple things that'll have triggers. Like I know specifically for warriors, you'll get a trigger ability that's called like revenge, but it's not that like big a deal, because unless you're like a tank, you probably won't use it a lot, or unless you're in PvP, because you can only use it after you successfully like dodge, parry, or block an attack.
Oh, okay then. Because I'm gonna say like from what I expect from endgame, like endgame stuff will just be knowing your rotation, right?
Kind of.
Like what order to use your skill. Yeah.
That and reactionary, because there are certain bosses that have certain mechanics. So a perfect thing about that is one of the bosses in the in-game raid, Naxxramas, that's in the Undead Quarter. I remember the final boss is Thanatos. I forget the two guys that are before that. So you have to split the raid in half and send one to each side, and you have to make sure that they will switch sides throughout the fight, and you have to make sure you keep fighting, like each team keeps fighting the right guy, because one is positively charged, one is negatively charged. Once you engage combat with one, they do a wide AoE on their platform to give you a positive or negative charge. And if you don't keep fighting the guy that you have the same charge as, if you get to, so if the negative team gets to fighting the positive guy, you start getting shocked rapidly by lightning from the guy.
Goddamn, okay.
So, like, whenever you see that, like, they stop attacking and start facing the other platform, you know that the two teams need to switch sides, because those two are about to leap and change.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, damn. See, that's what I fucking love about MMOs, and, like, to be fair, most of my raiding is known through like Destiny, like learning mechanics and stuff. But I love, but even with 14, I love raid bosses, like where you have to like learn the mechanics and you get it down, because there's nothing better than fucking getting down a raid boss cleanly.
Oh man,
You know?
Hagen the Unclean
It's
is a
so
perfect
fucking
example.
cool.
He's called fucking Safety Dance for a reason.
Safety dance.
Because throughout his fight, he'll have times where he'll teleport up onto a platform and you cannot damage him, but he also isn't casting anything at you. He is erupting the floor in like this poison bile, and you have to dodge, like literally physically fucking move away from the spots he's about to explode. And he does it in the same patterns each time that he goes to it, you know, casting the first time, the second time, third time, fourth time, and all that. So learning the pattern of the floor was called learning the safety dance.
Oh man.
And it was really funny.
I think like raiding and stuff is definitely something I want to try and do if we can get. Did you say raids are parties of 5 in there?
Groups are party of 5. Raids are up to... Technically, anything's considered a raid when it becomes more than 5 people. But the in-game raids are currently 40 mans. I think they've added some 10 and 25 mans.
Damn it.
Yeah, 40 mans? Huh?
Yeah. Trust me, I remember being 12 and running 40 mans, and let me tell you, nobody wants to listen to that kid. But I was
I understand that, but 40 man raids are also like the highest I've gone is like alliance raids that are like 24. In wait, no, I don't think. No, wait, our alliance raids 24 and 14. I forget, but it's like with how flashy that game is, it gets to a point where it's like if you don't have other people's effects turned off, you're not seeing shit. You know?
Which game are we
You're not
talking?
seeing in 14 with alliance raids, but that's only 24. That's only 24 people.
Yeah, in
current WoW, what 40's like.
In current WoW, like retail, there's only 10 and 25 mans, and then there's heroic versions and then mythic versions. I don't remember if there's actually like 10 and 25 mans in this. I would have to look again. But the original World of Warcraft, like the original base game, only had 2 raids in it, and they were both 40-man raids.
That's insane. Okay.
Or no, sorry, they had 3. They had 3, not 2.
Okay.
The first one is really funny because like the very first raid they ever made, you can tell it's the very first raid they ever made because you get in the boss door. It's literally 3 trash mobs on a spiral down to the room where the main boss is, and that's it. The whole instance is 4 mobs.
Oh wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, it's not very big.
No, to be fair,
like if you
funny, then.
Are you looking at my screen?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm on your stream right now.
Okay, so let me go.
Oh wait,
to...
I paused it. Hold up, shit. Let me restart and pause it, and then I'll turn you down so that I.
Oh, it's 5 mobs. I forgot there's 4 trash mobs, not 3. So this is the
extra mob. That extra mob really makes a difference.
But yeah, if you're looking at my screen, you'll see this map of this raid, and it's literally you come in at entrance A. You come down these stairs, you wrap around, and it comes over here. There's a guy there, you kill him. 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 Congratulations, boss room! It is not... This was the very first raid they ever made, and it is not big.
Wow, okay.
There are eggs here that if you touch an egg, a little whelpling will come out, but I mean, as long as nobody's fucking up and touching the eggs, those will never hatch and you'll never deal with them, so it'll just be 5 mobs you deal with. That's just really fucking funny to me.
But what if it's
my
Easter and
inventory's
you
full
really
shit.
want to touch the egg?
Wait, is there a vendor I can sell to in my starting area?
Oh, there should be.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look around then.
There should be like a general goods or trades goods,
a
weapon
found
merchant,
it.
something.
Cool.
But yeah, shit is funny, dude, that like... Because, like, whenever they made that first raid, they're like, oh yeah, the whole, like, getting... You know, because the whole reason a bunch of the dungeons in this game, in the base game, are so long is because they treated this like playing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So going into a dungeon was like, you know, an hour or so event. Like it was a whole deal. They didn't they literally said when designing it they did not expect people to run these dungeons more than maybe twice ever.
Okay then does the loot reflect that as well?
No, like that's the reason like people were like, oh man, I gotta keep farming this dungeon because I didn't get this loot out of it, and I want that because it's gonna be like my best in slot for like the next 8 levels. And they were like,
okay,
oh damn, that's why like
that's a good loot grind, damn.
That's why like newer that's why retail WoW like every dungeon takes like 5 to 10 minutes is because people are wanting to grind it out to get that gear. But
see, I'm not going. I kind of hate that. I love like long instance.
Oh yeah, I can show you the most egregious offender of long instance.
Oh god, wait, is this gonna be like a Daggerfall era dungeon where it's like
kinda? There's a couple of them.
No.
Like wait. So Dire Mall literally has this is Dire Mall East. Which is like, you know, you come in at one of the entrances and you go through like all this shit. But then you would go into like North, you know, where there's more. And there's also the West where there's more.
Oh no.
I need to go to... Is it Black Fathom? No, it's not Black Fathom. It's Black Rock, and that's on Eastern Kingdoms. Yeah, Black Rock Depths. I want you to see... This is not the most egregious offender, but there are 21 bosses.
What the fuck? Wait, that's kind of amazing, though.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking slog, dude.
Also, I've noticed you have your... you don't have your action bar on, do you?
I do. It just doesn't show all the time.
Oh,
below, and it's also hidden below my my shit a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, cool.
But yeah, Black Rock Depths, 21 bosses.
Jesus.
This isn't even a raid. This is a 5-man dungeon.
What?
For level 42.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, Cold. I need to run that eventually. We need to get 5 people together.
Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
Well, the thing is you'll want to run this at one point because this has the door to get into Molten Core. The door to this dungeon is in another dungeon.
Wait. How does that work? So you're telling me that to access Molten Core, you have to start running the other dungeon.
Correct. And get to that
to enter the.
Yep.
Okay, that's.
Yeah. So 23 right there. 23. That's the Molten Core door. There's a thing you can do inside of Molten Core where you can get a piece of molten rock and take it to a guy who will then enchant a window to where you can jump through the window and it will take you instantly to Molten Core. But if you don't do that attunement, you have to go through 20 bosses to get to the door! Oh, I'm sorry, 18 bosses, and then you can split off over here and come to the door.
Only 18, that's so much better, damn.
If you have... from the Oktoberfest thing, if you get the Grim Guzzler drill machine... From that holiday event, you can start at 15 and go on from there. So you can skip half the dungeon if you get a holiday item.
Which isn't... Wait, do they run like seasonal events for this?
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
So like there's like the Easter event we just missed. So like if you ever look at Doge's Paladin, she's got bunny ears on because she opened up some Easter eggs during the Easter event.
I was wondering what class she was.
She got the bunny ears.
Yeah. I couldn't tell what actual class she was because of the bunny ears. I had no idea.
Yeah, she was a human paladin on that one.
Yep.
Oh.
But yeah, so like they've got like a Christmas event, a Halloween event, they have a Oktoberfest like style event where if you're at least I think level 40, maybe 42, you can do the event.
Also, is there a way to differentiate what's main story and what's side stuff? Or is it just I run what I see? I'll
you
do
just
what
run
I see.
whatever you see. There's not really any like almost everything kind of like each area has like its own story going on.
Okay, that's fair.
And so like there's not like a grand
one thing where I was
overarching
like, I don't
story
know if
of
I'm doing
everything.
something too early or if this is a bit of side content, but if I can just do whatever in whatever order, like just kind of, you know, get it as I, you know, do it as I get it, that makes perfect sense. That sounds much better.
There's also a bunch of quest lines in Classic, and I think it's still that way in this one, that don't finish.
Because okay, no, that's bad because they left them for like Burning Crusade and stuff like that.
Well, no, here's the thing: is what's really funny about that is there's a lot of those quests that were not ever finished in retail, like in Classic, that are still not finished in retail. They've never been finished.
You know.
They're considered the quests that Blizzard forgot.
That's a choice. Yeah, that's a choice. Sure.
Like it's. Like I said, I have a lot, like as much as I know about Mega Man, I know about that same amount of Warcraft / World of Warcraft stuff. I am a nut. I am so stupid about the...
No, that's what, because I'm obviously like, I know nothing about WoW. I think in WoW, I think I actually have a mount in WoW because I got the like best edition of Diablo 4, and that's all I know. And I think I have another mount in WoW because I got one edition of COD one of the years. But I just don't of actual WoW. I don't really know anything. I did try and play it at one point. You started me on a pirate ship or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
God damn it, Bidoof, scaring me with the gunshot.
No.
If you, so up on your minimap, in your upper right, there'll be a thing that looks like a little box. That's the donation rewards. If you go in there, they have a whole section of mounts that are things that you can buy with real money. And what's really funny is most of those, there's a story behind almost all of them. The big Blizzard Bear was something that you had to get from going to BlizzCon one year. They did an edit of that bear for the big Turtle WoW bear. Most of those other ones are cut things, or they are mounts that came from the Warcraft trading card game.
Okay, because it's the mounts that I care about the most. I really like, hang on, let me find it.
Which, there's all kinds of mounts that you can get naturally. These are just the ones that you would have to pay for. Just like almost every challenge, if you pick any of the challenges when making a new character, most challenges have a mount reward if you make it all the way to 60 doing that challenge.
Okay.
Because one of the best
I really do
ones...
like some of these mounts, but I also want to see like what I can get naturally, you know?
Oh yeah,
especially if there's like dungeon and raid like rare drops.
There are
that have mount rewards. Yeah, peak.
Oh yeah, so like because if you can do AQ40, you can get the Black Ankaraj Battle Tank, which is a black beetle that you can ride around.
Huh. So wait, how can I see? So is it only when I create new character I can set challenges, or can I just see them at any time?
It'd be whenever you create a new character. It used to be that you could see them at any time because you used to be able to do the challenges by going to a
like an NPC?
Yeah, an NPC to set them, but people didn't like that system, so they eventually improved it to what it is now.
I have a load of food here.
Okay.
I walked along the road and braved scorpids and spiders and worse.
The Bidoof came locked and loaded. You sure did. You know what, Bidoof? I gotta hit you with your thing. I gotta.
They don't need any food. Now I have to take it back to Razor Hill.
Gotta give you a couple of those.
It's a Bidoof. It's a Pikachu. No way, it's Pikachu.
I'm just a peon, but you're a hero. You fear nothing. Take it to Innkeeper Grosk at the Razor Hill Inn. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, like, I love old WoW. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's too slow and it's boring. I'm like, no, because you have to, like...
It definitely is slow, but that doesn't make it bad.
Yeah,
you know?
Because it's slow because you had to, like, think about what you were gonna do. What'd you say about my pet kitten? I didn't say anything about your pet kitten. I said I had to play your Bidoof noise, and I played a couple of those.
Alright, so I'm gonna, because it's like, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, so now that you know that voiceover thing is working, yeah, if it ever just randomly you start doing a quest and it doesn't work, that's how you'll know that that was a quest that has been either restored,
like re-added, restored, yeah.
Or because like after they finally did all of that stuff of like basically turning on everything that already worked but was just turned off for whatever reason. Then they went through and found stuff that was like, oh, this quest exists and I can turn it on and it has all of the triggers and everything, but it doesn't have any quest reward, so we'll just make a quest reward, like they'll finish it.
Yeah.
And so they went from turning everything that was just turned off on, then they went through like finishing quests and stuff like that. And after they did that, they started actually making new stuff. So like the whole High Elf... well, the High Elf and Goblin areas are cut areas, but the entirety of all of the quests and everything, those are fully, like, handcrafted by them.
No, that's fair.
Which I think is really, really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really cool that they've done that.
I need more hides if I'm to prepare suitable goods for our people.
It's they just put so much love and care into doing this and trying to make sure everything fits. Because the goblins being for the Horde and the High Elves being for the Alliance were originally supposed to be there, they just got cut.
But their evil has taken
and then whenever they did the Burning Crusade expansion, they changed the High Elves to being the Blood Elves and gave them to the Horde because basically, you know, you can see it as like the Alliance are the normal fantasy races and then the Horde are like basically monster races most of the time.
To hex our people and drag more
to a degree. So they wanted to give Horde a fantasy race, which was why they got the Blood Elves. Because elves are the standard fantasy thing.
We at Senjin Village are not without our
And then
own
they wanted to
troubles, and
give the
we thank you
Alliance
for your
like a
aid.
monster
But the
race,
news you bring regarding
so
the
they
Burning
got
Blade could be
given
trouble for everyone.
the
There is an orc
what do
stationed
they
at
call
Razor
what do they
Hill,
call
Orgnal
the
Soulscar, who
Draenei,
releases Durotar from evils
which
such as the
were
Burning
like
Blade.
these.
Go to Orgnal.
Like you have seen the Draenei race before in the game, but they'd always been as like demons. And so basically the Draenei are the race that the demons technically are, which are the Eridar, but it's before they got corrupted. And they're called the Draenei just because in their language Draenei means outcasts, and they're the race or the faction that the race of Draenei that you play in Burning Crusade are the ones that left their home planet.
I see it with other skulls in a circle of power on the largest Echo Isle.
Which yeah, that's kind of also weird that there's
wait, that is a little weird actually. I'm thinking, yeah,
because there are planets. Because going through the Dark Portal in Warcraft 2, and also again in Warcraft 3 to go to Outland, it wasn't like a different plane of existence. That portal literally went to a different planet called Draenor.
Huh. Okay, I mean, I don't mind a little mesh of sci-fi in that, as long as, like, it's not really the full focus at any point, you know?
Yeah, the I'm gonna air quotes, the ship the Draenei took to get to Azeroth is really dumb, because it was basically a straight-shot rocket that they could not steer.
Okay.
And so they launched off of Draenor because the demons and the demon blood-infused orcs at the time were basically just hunting them down. So they were like, well, we're just gonna get this like last-ditch crystal rocket, and we're just boom, we're out of here, Chief. And they're like, I guess we'll end up where we end up, and then they crashed into Azeroth.
Okay.
It was really funny. And the female Draenei used to have a joke that's been removed about like, how stupid are men? How do you crash into a planet? It's a whole planet. It's really funny. That was that thing I was telling you about, like, slash silly will have your character tell a joke, and then slash flirt will have your character do, like, a pickup line. And that's where, I told you about, like, one of my favorite things was the flirt from the undead females. They got it's removed in retail now, because they say it doesn't reflect their current, their, like, core values or whatever. But it was so fucking funny. Because the undead female is just like, oh yeah, they're real. They're not mine, but they're real.
Fucking hell.
But I'm like, that's so fucking funny.
Oh, that is. That's awesome. I mean, I don't even think that's even all that offensive.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically like zombies. Of course, they're a bit pieced together, so it's really funny that they have a, like, oh yeah, you know, they're real. They're not mine, but they're real. That's just so fucking funny, dude.
Oh yeah, so I can see now that training costs monies. So I can get this charge and rend and then battle shout.
Yeah, so eventually, I think once you hit level 10 is whenever you're gonna get your next stance. So I'm sure you see right now that little thing above your
yeah, the like sword. It's my battle stance.
Yeah, so eventually you get in total 3 stances, which is battle stance, defensive stance, and berserker stance. And eventually you're gonna start getting abilities that can only be used in a particular stance.
And then can I like
stances for a while?
I'm gonna say, can I like eventually stance switch on the fly?
Oh yeah, you always can. It's not something that you can that you're locked to do in or out of combat. Or you can do it at any time, in or outside.
Okay. No, that's fair, yeah.
The big thing about it is without, I forget which talent tree has it, because there used to be a thing called stance dancing.
Okay.
Which was using basically at least, if not all 2 of the stances to like constantly switch between them and do stuff. But the main problem with that, without the correct talent specialization, is that if you switch stances, you will dump your entire rage meter. Like you will go down to 0 rage whenever you switch stances.
Okay.
And once again pose a threat to our homeland. These humans show no respect for diplomacy. Prove your honor and travel south to Tiragard Keep
to eliminate the human invaders.
Ah, this is the food Ukor brought to the
Right, I'm gonna
trials.
head off, and I'm also gonna say hi to like Lexi and Karma and Skelly who are in thingy, because I did say I'd play Repo with Skelly tonight, and I kind of forgot.
No, I understand. But yeah, I've got like just like I said, I've got. That's why I was telling you, like, if you wanted to ever just like talk to me about something, Mega Man and Warcraft are like the two things that I could obviously talk for hours about.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's perfect, man. That's perfect. Yeah, I'll hit you up if I've got any questions about it. Yeah, but no, for the stream I want to do, you can absolutely talk about like Mega Man and WoW and whatever else you want, man. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so, it's got so much story and everything behind it, and I know so much about both of them.
Fucking gush, nerd out about it. That's exactly what I want. I basically want you to like, fucking, treat it as like you're trying to convince me and chat as to why you think it's amazing.
Oh yeah, you know? If I got to go off on Turtle WoW, like, you know, obviously as you've seen here already, I've got several hours of talking points lined up. Getting somebody into Mega Man is also something I could do, and even recommend of like, these are the games that you could like YouTube the story for and not play, because I personally don't ever want to go through them again.
Oh, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Alright then, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Same with you, Ghosty. Same with you, Zora. Y'all have a good day, yeah? I might talk to you guys later, I don't know. I'll see.
Yeah, me and Doe's gotta actually go for an event here after like another, a little less than another hour.
Oh, that's fair. Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys later, yeah? Y'all have a good day, night, whichever it is. Bye.
You too.
I find myself blowing the signal horn less and less.
So about Mega Man, have you seen the, I heard there was a Prime episode with him in it.
I can fashion you a bag for your
are you talking about like the new actual series, or are you talking about that like one-off thing that they were doing that was like, this is for
one-off?
It's okay, but it's not like, it's the best representation Mega Man's probably ever had. But to anybody that's a fan of this series, and like actually knows a bunch about it, it's still a bad representation for what it could be. It was still good in total, but it is also pee-pee poo-poo pants for what they should do with it. Because they made Mega Man like so small, and like whenever they're doing Bomb Man, like Bomb Man's fucking massive, and doesn't look like Bomb Man hardly. Like, and that's the thing, is like all of the Robot Masters were kind of like, yeah, Mega Man's small, he's supposed to be like a, you know, 10 to 12-year-old like styled person. What's my favorite Mega Man out of all the variations? Do you mean like which Mega Man like style of art and character design do I like the best, or what is like my favorite game out of all of them, or what is my favorite game per series? Let me try to make sure I answer this question correctly.
Relax. Want to make your demons more powerful? It'll cost you, but you've come to the right place.
If that makes sense, Badoo, for what I'm asking, for what you're asking, because I think I know what you're asking, but I'm not entirely sure, and I want to make sure. Like, just out of all of those, I like the Zero series, for, like, the actual set of games. It's only 4 games, but they're really, really, really good. And, like, they have the best storytelling, and just, in general, like, they're just a, like, good 4-shot series that are, by themselves, really great, but you can get even more out of them if you played the X series prior and know, like, all of the history. In terms of what do I think the best Mega Man game is the original Mega Man X. I think all around that is the best game that by itself is just peak. With how it's designed and everything else and how it all works. Like, I think that's really, really, really good. Trying to think of... in terms of character design, I love the X character designs. I get why the character designs changed in the Zero series, to make them appear more human, because it was supposed to have been in a time of peace, so the Reploids got redesigned to appear more human instead of robotic, because they were trying to coexist. Okay, which Mega Man do I think I can come out on top? Battle Network and Star Force can't even, like, be in there, because those are just children, and one of them's a fucking program. Like, even counting if it was in, like, if they were all fighting in real space, so, like, you know, Mega Man from Star Force and Mega Man from Battle Network were in, like, real space fighting, I still don't think they stand a chance, like, at all, just because they're children, versus, like, everything else. And honestly, I think that, like, I'm assuming it's all of the Mega Mans fighting, or if you just mean all of the characters. How on earth could Battle Network win? Because if you also, like, if you count it as just the Mega Man itself is weak. He needs the chips and everything from land. I mean, obviously, if he's got, like, all of the chips available to him and stuff, that's, and he has all the forms and souls and everything else, like, and that's another thing of, like, which Battle Network Mega Man we talking about? Is it Mega Man Battle Network, like, 1, 2, 3, where it's the form system? Is it the 4, 5, 6, where it's the souls system? Does he have the Side Beast powers yet? Like, that's I feel like is unfair. Death Battles can, like, is up their own ass about that one. Because I even still think, even with, like, the Side Beasts and the souls and the chips, I don't think that Battle Network Mega Man would win, especially versus, like, you know, say X Mega Man with the Nova armor. If we're talking about, like, when they're at the height of their power. Because even, like, base cross, like, Cybeast Gregar Battle Network Mega Man, I don't think would beat Nova Armor X. And that's not even counting if we get into fucking, like, the X that's from the Zero series that had somehow gotten the Seraphim form. Yeah, but that's still the thing of, like, he doesn't have the battle experience of, like, the fucking years that, like, X or Zero had of dealing with Sigma's bullshit. And Sigma was way more a threat than Cybeast Gregar or Falzar or fucking Bay CXE. And especially, again, like, if you're going at height of power, even after dealing with Lumine and having, like, all of the fucking shit that he had in X8, like, I don't see X losing to Battle Network Mega Man. But X can also have invincibility with the Nova armor for a short period of time. And if you're talking about the invincibility and invisibility chips, those would only be for like 5 seconds at a time. And he should only be able to have so many uses of those. So he can't just be in them forever. And if you're talking about X, if he has all of his weapons from X 1 through 8, there's no way the Battle Network chips have more coverage than the 8 Mega Man X games of fucking powers that X would have. Let alone all of the armors he would have access to. Like Gaia armor being a fucking brick shithouse. I think they just had a boner for the, like, Mega Man NT Warrior animated series, and that's why they picked Battle Network Mega Man to win. Because, like, especially, like, fucking, man, I could make a whole point just out of Zero and how fucking badass he is. And, like, the experience of Mega Man was also proven in Mega Man 01 that X having the experience that he had fighting through everything made him a better fighter because whenever Copy X fights Zero and loses, even with the Seraphim armor, it's because he lacks experience. I mean, sure it could. Like, Nova Strike's nuts. Or even the fact of, like, surviving, like, Nightmare Zero's, like, I'm trying to remember the name of the ability of, like, Seth Kroha or whatever, where he, like, does the slam into the ground, the rainbow beams come up out of the floor and shit. And plus, that's not even getting into, like, the Seraphim form that we don't even know the full extent of because we haven't even gotten to have the game where X would have gotten that from. And Copy X, from what Zero said, literally doesn't know how to use it to its full potential because he doesn't have the experience. You know, that whole thing of like, man, you got the shoes, but you ain't got the talent because you hadn't been practicing.
You're just making me want to play Battle Network and stuff. I need to start Battle Network.
I'm not saying that like Battle Network Mega Man isn't strong or some shit like that. I just don't think, like, I think the naivety and not having combat experience is what would make him lose to X. Or even Zero, for that matter. What do you mean on the durability factor? Out of all of the Mega Mans, I would think Star Force Geostellar Mega Man Cross would be the weakest because he's literally just a kid. He's literally like a 13-year-old kid. He does not have the durability. Bro would die.
Like, I'm sorry, little one, but you know what must be done.
Yeah, like, there's no chance, there's no shot for Geostellar, Bidoof. I'm sorry, Geostellar dies first! Classic Mega Man would accidentally blow frickin' Geostellar away with a lemon. That's not durability! That's him literally being radio noise!
What?
Geostellar is a child. He is not winning. He would accidentally get taken out by a fucking lemon.
How weak is this child? Are we talking an actual lemon?
No, so like, Mega Man, like, and that's another thing, is like, even if we're still talking about like, so like classic Mega Man, he shoots, and even Mega Man X shoots these like little yellow pellets as an uncharged shot, and it's a joke because of their shape, especially in the Pixel era, that they look like lemons. So they're called lemons. But, like, freaking Mega Man Classic was like a solar-powered nuclear reactor, nearly. That little lad would kill somebody on fucking accident and feel terrible about it.
Sounds about right.
Zach the Mac, what's going on, buddy? Hey, first time chat? No fucking way. What the fuck?
Hi Zach, what is up?
But yeah, like, you're also going off of NT Warrior Battle Network. I'm going off of, like, the games, because the games are more canon than the show was. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And the whole, like, destroying the cyber universe and rebuilding it was something they just did in the animated series, and it was not done in the game, so it's not super canon. Even Base Cross is technically not canon!
When your favorite Mega Man isn't even canon yet.
What are you talking about? My favorite Mega Man's not canon yet.
Hypothetical.
Oh, you're talking about like the X that had the Seraphim armor in the Elf Wars. Yeah, I mean, it's canon that exists. We just don't know the extent of it because there hasn't been a game or anything. Like, the only thing we know about the Elf Wars is some snippets from both the Zero series, the ZX series, and I think some mentions of it in the Archie comics at one point. But we don't have a ton to go on about the Elf Wars Mega Man.
I hear a lot of stuff when it comes to Archie comics with Sonic too. Are those related?
Yeah, there's actually a Sonic and Mega Man crossover series, When Worlds Collide. It was fucking rad. It was awesome as shit. It's, you know, in terms of the canonical story of both worlds, it didn't happen. But man, was that a fucking cool-ass story. I loved reading Worlds Collide. That was fucking wild. I loved it. Especially, like, the Dr. Wily and Dr. Robotnik team-up that ended as badly as you can imagine. It was so fucking funny. I loved it.
That sounds funny as fuck.
I loved it. I'd have to go find my place where I read comics online, dear, and I'll have to like show that to you. But yeah, the game we need, but we'll never get. I know. But
yeah, find it, please. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Oh yeah, hold on, because like. Hold on, let me see. Something. Are they literally all posted on the Internet Archive? That'd be so fucking cool if they are.
Oh, my dog just ran in the room. Hey, dog.
Oh, I think they do have it.
Oh.
Who's your good little chihuahua? Who's your good little chihuahua?
Doggos are good.
Hey, Zora. There you go.
Heck yeah.
I think that's a lot of... If that's not all of it, that definitely gets you started. Follow age 2 months. How on earth have you been following me for 2 months and you didn't say your first fucking word until right now, Zactomac? That's nuts, dude.
Cool. Been following for 14 days and 23 hours.
Yeah, that was right, Badoob. Your first chatting was dad jokes, and I fucking loved it. Let me see if I can find a better place for comics, because I really wish I could remember where I was reading comics from, because I read all of the... What do you mean you cry?
It's like that song earlier. I don't know. Oh, what the?
You better suck your fucking limbs in. I'm hunting a turtle.
There, I sent you another website. It's not the one I was thinking of. I'll have to look at some point. A lot harder than I'm going to do right now to find it. Because it's where I read all the Invincible comics. And I just don't remember. Thank you, Karma, for the suck your fucking limbs in. Okay, can you guess who Death Battle said was the weakest Mega Man? I swear to God, if they said Classic, I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. If they said Copy X, then they're right. Goodness gracious. Yeah, 2 months, Zach, and 2 months, and you just now finding my wife? Cringe.
Cringe?
Yeah, why didn't he know? Why hasn't he been following you for the same amount of time?
Oh. I'm just glad he's here.
Yeah, it's great that he's here. I'm just giving him shit for the fun of it.
Hi,
gracious. That scared the fuck out of me. Thank you for the bits for doing that. It was hopefully really cheap because I have the fire sale on. Oh, I'm in a bad way.
Yes, it was.
Oh. You're in a bad spot.
I'm a bit of a sticky wicket.
That's not good. That's a lot of enemies.
A few too many, and I did not do what I was expecting to do. And I've lost a bunch of health because my imp isn't alive. This is gonna kill me, but I'm not playing hardcore, so it's going to be okay.
Might wanna heal up there, bud.
No, I was gonna die. I don't have any healing abilities yet, really.
Oh.
I also forgot
no
that
health potions?
I used one already. Also forgot to put my fucking shit on. And I'm also not using the higher rank of my spell, because I am dumb.
Like, why am I taking so much damage and why are they taking so little? Oh, I didn't equip anything.
There's a bunch of stuff I didn't do. Oh, yes, I see. Thank you, lovely suck-ups. What are you talking about? I'm not sucking up, I'm just telling you the truth. No, it went according to them. Battle Network, X, Classic Star Force, and then Volnut was the weakest. How is Volnut the weakest? Bro is literally stuck on the moon. Bro's tough as shit. But I guess I could see Volnut being fairly weak, but I don't know. I still think Geostellar takes the cake as the weakest boy because he is a boy. Lad is tiny. Lad is like a freaking 13-year-old kid that was given power and then had too much responsibility thrusted upon him for like a 13-year-old.
Man, imagine being stuck on the moon.
Yeah, that's where Volnut's gonna stay until we ever get Star Force, or not Star Force, Legends 3, which is just never gonna happen.
Sadness.
Okay, you're not wrong that his weaponry isn't there, but his weaponry is also in a new age, so we don't have a good judge of how powerful it is, because the fucking, what is it, the Reaver bots of that age are all supposed to be, like, stronger than what, like, stronger than any enemy classic fought, for sure. Like, the Reaver bots are supposed to be tough as fuck. You guys normally stream during the day? Yeah, I mean, we normally do, yeah.
Yeah, normally. Now our times are a little inconsistent on when we stream during the day, but...
Oh, yeah.
Like it'll be sometime that day.
Yeah.
Which is better than... I'll stream whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we do, is kind of just stream when we feel like it. I mean, that's the... To me, I've said it a lot, but I'll keep saying it. I feel like streaming should be, you know... Like, for a streamer, you know, you stream doing something that you think is fun, and then, you know, you have a good time, and people come have a good time with you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's... I just feel like that's, you know, like, I feel like that's like a healthy dynamic. Like, I feel like that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Because if you start doing... I'm not saying you can't have stuff where you do stuff for a community and, like, do things that they request. I'm not saying you can't do that. But if you start doing nothing but community requests or community events and things like that, you're eventually going to get to a point where you're not doing things that you want to do, and then you won't be having a good time because you're going to be doing nothing but what other people are wanting you to do. And I mean, maybe that's something that, and maybe doing stuff other people want you to do is what you want to do, and that's fine. But that still goes back to my same point of doing what you want to do to have a good time, and people being there to have a good time with you. Oh, I still got my 100% copy of Star Force 3. I wanted Star Force 4 so fucking bad, but dude, if you have no fucking idea. Frun 3000, thank you for the steppies.
Oh. I have been called away. Not by you, Call, but by someone else.
I understand. No. Never be upset for going somewhere else or just going wherever you need to go. Like, you know, you're a person being person, and we get to enjoy you whenever you know, we can. But you go do you, and we don't take any offense to you going somewhere else, hanging out with other people. That's just, you know, that's just people being people.
Oh yeah, I know that. I just wanted to say bye before you're actually going bye.
Oh, fair enough. I really appreciate you letting me know, though. Thank you.
Yeah.
Video.
See ya.
Au revoir. So, Bidoof, I had Red Joker. I liked Red Joker because it was the tankier one compared to Black Ace, and I like tanky. I know that, especially PvP-wise and everything, everybody liked Black Ace more, and it sold more copies and everything, because it was, like, the cooler form. But I still liked my Red Joker. Fun, we're all doing pretty good. I've been, because of Bidoof getting me on it, I've been on a huge Mega Man rant for a fucking while.
Yeah. I've been doing good, too. Just enjoying listening to Call and his Mega Man knowledge.
Yeah, I figured you were in the Black Ace Club. Nothing bad against you, Bidoof. I just figured I could feel it in my gamer bones that you were a Black Ace kind of guy. Man, that sounds really bad out of context. God damn! That level 1 be hurting.
Do you die again?
Yeah, a level 1 gnome rogue killed me. That's fair. I use more melee abilities than shooting abilities. How do some of those things pass Twitch? Like the literal shaking ass, Bidoof. I don't understand. Friend 3000, in a Mega Man word you said, huh? How many games did you get through? What are you talking about? I think I've played nearly every single Mega Man game there is. I say nearly, because I know I didn't play the DOS and the Apple ones. And I didn't do... fuck. I'm trying to remember the other ones I didn't do. But it's purely just because of an access problem. What do you mean that got you out of being hit by another chatter? What do you mean? The Gardevoir spanking her ass? How? That is also my only emote that didn't have to be reviewed by Twitch before being approved. Fucking level 1 lunatic, you motherfucker. I give him props, though.
Did you take war mode?
Did I? No.
Yeah.
I literally thought I could kill him. Being level 6, because he was harassing a level 7 warrior, and I was like, oh, the two of us can take him. I was wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, I've played Mega Man, like, Classic 1 through 11. I've done X, 1 through 8. I've done Battle Network 1 through 6. I've done Star Force 1 through 3. I've done 0, 1 through 4. I've done ZX and ZX Advent. I've done the Mega Man, the Power Fighters 1 and 2, which were the arcade games. I've done the Mega Man Kart Racer. I can't say I've completed Mega Man Soccer, but I have played it before. But it's been a long time.
Oh, cool. I was wondering if you ever played that.
Yeah, I've played it before. Like, it was from, like, whenever, like, I think my parents rented it at one point whenever I was little. So I played it, but I definitely never, like, beat it, and I don't really remember a lot of it, other than, like, some of the sprites and stuff. I even played Mighty Number 9! I am actually a backer in the credits of Mighty Number 9. Mighty Number 9 was okay. I knew it was going to be more classic-like than X-like, and apparently a bunch of people did not understand that and were upset about that. But it was also still not as good as it should have been.
Yeah, there were a lot of issues with it during development, weren't there?
Yeah, and some stuff after release. But I did beat it. I did beat Mighty Number 9 and its DLC. I beat both. You're not wrong that it could have been so much better, and a bunch of the level designs could have been better. I didn't like the gimmick of hurting stuff to a certain point and then dashing into it. I feel like they should not have went with that mechanic. I feel like that took away from a lot of the game, to be perfectly honest, but, I mean, what are you gonna do? Fair enough, Zach, fair enough. I don't know where that saved you, but I'm glad it did. Oh, also, to anybody watching my thing, I've got a... Why? I do have bang commands.
Jeez.
If we are to make these new lands ours, then we must have places to rest our battle-weary bodies. Lay your axe by the fire and share the stories of your mighty battles.
Spanked mentally. I still just don't understand why the smacking the ass Gardevoir was just immediately approved versus literally everything else I have.
He could use a helping hand at Sparkwater Court.
About what time were we leaving, dear?
I was about to get off of here.
I mean, were we wanting to leave by like 7 or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we got like 15 minutes.
I think it should almost only take us like 15 minutes to get there.
I would hope so, but yeah, leaving a little early never hurts.
At this point, I don't think we're going to be early. I think we're going to be on time or late.
Damn. That's assuming we can also get in, because I just truly, I don't know.
If we can't, we'll tell her that we tried.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that, I forget which JoJo game that's from, but yeah, I really like that emote, and the story behind me having it's really dumb. And funny. Because whenever I was searching for animated emotes, I searched just the word turtle. And that's also why I have that Gardevoir. That JoJo's thing and the Gardevoir both came up when I just searched the word turtle. And that is immensely funny to me. Oh, I glitched out, damn it. You hate it when that happens.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Oh boy, I think it's gonna crash my game even.
It looks like it is.
It does look like that it is. Nope.
It wanted to.
Yeah, it definitely wanted to. I still can't, like, move, so... That's unfortunate. That's alright. I'll get it this next time. trying to make it to Orgrimmar.
Strength and honor.
So I can learn tailoring and enchanting.
His emotes are nice. I like them.
I'm glad you like it. I hope to, at some point, I want to get them actually personalized. Just have to... Gosh dang it, am I stuck again? Damn it. I just have to wait till I have the money to pay the artist that I want to do it. Because all of the, like, generic turtles and stuff, I want them to get customized to be, like, my character. You know, like my character holding the little hawk, the little heart and stuff. Yeah, and the one with the little frog, I was actually hoping to get to be me and on, like, all fours like that with, you know, and then have my wife here being on, like, my shell back there.
Oh, that's adorable.
Man, I cannot get this to work. It is not wanting to work for me.
Damn. That's lame.
You win some, you lose some.
That's fair. We're definitely gonna have to play this with the community, though. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. And like I said, for, like, you know, like for Itsumi and anybody else who hasn't really experienced this, it'll be really good. Yeah, this is really not wanting to move and work. Sad. Sedge. It's alright. I'll just call it after this, if you're calling it. And I just won't get to where... Unless I have time to run to Orgrimmar, then that'll be fine.
I'm gonna run to the nearest town and get off.
I'm not sure I'm gonna have a Steppies emote. But, yeah, that one, Zach, is actually from Spooky Crypt VT. They're the ones that made that, and they made that for us as a gift, and that's what, they're also the ones that have done all the work here on my channel. I need to actually update that thing in my About section, because they changed from Spooky Crypts to Spooky Crypt VT, and I want to pay them to redo all of my emotes customized like that. And I just haven't had the opportunity or finances to pay them yet. I take that back. I've had the opportunity. I don't have the finances to pay them for that yet. For like a full set of emote pack. I just gotta get money. After I get money, then everything will work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm honestly, hopefully by like maybe by June I'll be able to commission them for that. Maybe. Don't know yet. But I do hope by June I can commission them for that.
Oh, it's Fergalicious.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome, Zach. I like that you can be around. And, like, yeah, if you follow both me and Doge here, we both stream. She has more opportunity to go deeper into the night than I do if she wants to. And also has the ability to do more stuff in the morning. Because I, in general, from 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m. Central Time, I am at my standard job and cannot stream.
But I pick my schedule, so generally there's only afternoon slots, so I generally just work in the afternoon.
I'm really glad you're starting to speak, friend. 3000. Like, it's been really cool. I know that you had lurked for a while, and I know that I rib on you for that, but in a loving way. I don't ever dislike somebody lurking. I'm completely fine with lurking. I don't understand some people that are like, oh, lurkers aren't real supporters because they're not in my chat or blah 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 or something like that. I just like, you know, It's having people there. Like, if you're lurking, I see you. You know, in the my little section of who's there. And whether it, like, you know, whether you're tabbed into somebody else or if I'm just one of many tabs you have up to where it counts as a viewer or not, I just appreciate you being there. But I also don't expect anybody to be anywhere. You're definitely not, like, required to be here or some such like that. Like, just, you know, be around when you can, and I just like getting to share that time with you guys. Like, you know, like, I'll miss you when you're not there, but I don't expect you to be there. You know, go be wherever you want to be, wherever's fun for you. If that's here and you like being here, that's great. If it's somewhere else, then more power to you. You know, be having a good time. The world's a hard enough place. I don't want to make it any harder on anybody. I want to make it easier in a more fun place.
Yeah, same here.
Oh yeah, that's fine, friend. If you want to tell me, you don't have to, but if you want to. It's not that I'm not curious, I definitely am, but again, like, if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. That's fine. Wait, friend, you stream?
I made a lot of the things you see in the store. What do you think? Answer carefully, your life may depend on it.
What do you mean I'm too much? What do you mean? But friend, you stream? You stream and you didn't even tell me? And you even did it just yesterday? Oh, buddy. They called me a bra because I lift and support the homies.
Did you make it to work, Mark? Looks like you did.
I did, but I had to shout out Front real quick. And I gotta get my Front clip. Which Sonic was that? I could not tell in that short amount of time.
Kiss a homie.
Kiss a homie. What do you mean you think I'm too kind? What do you mean?
Some adventurers think enchanting doesn't work. I find that when I challenge them to battle, they change their tune.
Disenchanting and enchanting.
Alright. Are you ready to get off?
Yeah, it's getting off time for sure.
Okay, let's look for somebody to raid.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I need to Hearth first. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna log back into Hearth real quick. Although there's apparently a fucking update. What? Sonic Frontiers? Oh, that's cool. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna log back in right now. I'll do that shit later.
Also gotta go to the bathroom before we leave, so.
Fair. Gonna be on the ending screen, gonna get the music up. And yeah, who are you wanting to raid, dear? I know that, I think Vaughn's Steam is still on. Vaughn is still going, Ramen's still going.
Let's go into Vaughn.
Yeah. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna be sending y'all towards a buddy of mine, Vaughn Steam. He's the one that got it to where I can even do that, what is it? The thing that shows a clip.
Oh, perfect. He's showing that weird GIF right now.
He is showing the weird GIF. The bug boy!
Let's raid our bug boy. You ready?
Yeah, I'll wait for mine to time out. I'm gonna talk a little bit here, but... Yeah, you're good to go, dear. No problem, friend. I didn't know you streamed, or I would have shouted you out before. Like, I would have shouted you out a ton earlier. Like, I mean, anybody that does this, you know, that isn't a butthole, needs to be seen. I think. Anyway. That's just me.
You better suck your fucking limbs in. I'm punting a turtle.
Suck my fucking limbs in. But yeah, everybody show Von Steam some love. Give him steppies, Gardevoir ass slappies, turtle hearts.